Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Today we are going to be reviewing the major map update in yesterday's update. Now, to make this video shorter, there have been a bunch of secret bunkers added, and we'll get to those in a couple minutes. But right now we're going to be focusing on Loot Lake. Now, the government has completely taken over Loot Lake. As you can see here, they've blocked off all this area to keep the water from seeping in. Excavators have completely dug up this area, and they've added a sort of metal, almost metal hatch. Don't know what it's containing, but I have a theory about what it's containing, and it pertains to the storyline. So be sure to stick around for that. But anyways, let's go over this. Let's just go over this map change for now. So pretty much, besides just the huge dug up area, the government has also set up a bunch of buildings around, and they have a pretty decent amount of loot. You can usually find at least one chest in most of these buildings, as well as a couple of these trucks around. Yeah, a couple of these trucks and a lot of the buildings have pretty decent loot, just around the same amount of loot that Loot Lake used to have before all this. And I kind of like this, honestly. This provides a lot of cover, really good amount of loot, and it's pretty evenly spread out, honestly. I mean, besides these two buildings right here, in which case you might have to fight with the person who lands right next to you. But yeah, you might see a good amount of people dropping here within the next few days, which in which case, if you're also wanting to drop here, be warned, you might get into a couple fights, which good to rack up the kills, bad if you're wanting to try to just go for a victory royale. But anyways, the government has put up these buildings. They've completely dug out this area, drained it of all the water as well. And some of you might be asking, when you first saw this area, where did the fragments of the cube go? Well, that's what I think the government is containing underneath this hatch. They mined up all the fragments of Kevin the Cube and stuck them down into containment probably for research purposes. Because the government has been realizing that a lot of weird stuff has been happening lately, and they probably realized it all came down to Kevin the Cube, which, that's my theory. They're keeping it all in this secret bunker. Will we see the return of Kevin the Cube? I don't know. This bunker, this hatch, is also kind of where the vortex was in season 6. You know, kind of the funnel at the bottom of Loot Lake. That the cube started dripping liquid into. You guys remember that at the Cube live event? That was the death of Kevin the Cube, the butterfly event. Yeah, you guys remember near the beginning of that event, Cube started dripping down. Almost a lot of people say it's nectar into the vortex. Well, this hatch is right around where the vortex actually was. So a lot of people I'm predicting that this not only is holding all the physical fragments left over, but it might also actually be holding all that nectar. So will we see the return of Kevin the Cube? I'm hoping so. It would be awesome to have him back. In fact, my banner for my character is Kevin the Cube. Yeah, because that's the season I started in season 6. Alright, so moving on from that, the next map change we have is actually over here in Pleasant Park. Now, some of these buildings have gotten secret bunkers underneath them. I recently watched a different video on Postbox Pat. Be sure to go check him out. He went over and explained maybe the possibility of why these secret bunkers have been getting added to the map lately. There's another one over here at this blue house, but his theory is that something's going to happen. Maybe the government, when they came in to do research, they realized what was going on, and they warned the citizens of the island about maybe an imminent attack, or maybe even a possible war, war of pirates versus Fire King versus the Ice King, and maybe even Kevin the Cube getting mixed up in there. So anyways, pretty much my theory, and maybe a couple others, is that there's going to be a major battle breaking out that's going to completely destroy the island for the most part. So anyways, yeah. So we have Loot Lake, a couple bunkers over here, and also a couple new bunkers over here in Retail Row. If I could just get over to it. Can't really go any faster. Alright, there we go. Now if I can remember which house it was. I think it was this one, yeah. So anyways, if you drop down below this car right here, you'll find a secret bunker. It's kind of similar to the one that we had that we checked out over in Pleasant Park. You have a security camera in the front, probably to make sure no one or nothing is trying to get in. You have a pretty claustrophobic space, honestly. Like, I could not imagine more than 1 or 2 people being able to survive in here for very long. Yeah, it's such a cramped space. Doesn't seem like it has a whole lot of food. Even though they have been stacking up, it seems like. Yeah. So those are pretty much the bunkers, you guys. If you want to check them out in game, be sure, please do. And also, the final map change that we have is that Durr Burger got a second story. Now this, the problem with Durr Burger before this change was that it had very little seating, and the bathrooms were just kind of cramped back here in this tiny little corner. There are a couple seats right here, and nobody really wants to eat by the bathroom, and so they added the second story. Now the bathrooms are up here, which mildly inconvenient, but oh well, it would be okay in my opinion, honestly. You have a couple chests spawning on this secondary story, and it just added a lot of extra seating. Other than that, it's pretty much still the same Durr Burger on the first story as it has been for weeks now. You have that outdoor seating area that's always been there, and it's right across the street from Pizza Pete's, I think it is. I don't know, it doesn't, where's the sign for it? I don't know, I think it's called Pizza Pete's. I'm just gonna call it Tomato Town for now then. But maybe we might be seeing another clash between Durr Burger and Tomato Town. Maybe in another food fight LTM. We do have that deep fried LTM out. I hear it's okay. I haven't played it yet. I hear it's kind of bad. But yeah, maybe this little mini side storyline will continue. Who knows? Maybe in that huge apocalypse event that I talked about earlier in this video, these two might get destroyed again. Since, like, when aren't they getting destroyed, honestly? yeah, when aren't these guys getting destroyed or shut down or whatever? And they'll have to rebuild from the ground over again. So that's it for this video, you guys. Please do leave a like if you did enjoy, and I will see you all in a later video.